Hello students, welcome to the class of physics. Today we will start our practical session. In that, as I know everyone have purchased this physics practical book. Okay, so we'll start with the introduction part. Now, here the evaluation scheme for practical examination is given, which is on page number 2 of your handbook, where what will be the duration of the practical, how the marks are distributed, everything is given very clearly. So we'll be having a 3 section, that is A, one long experiment which is for 1 hour and 30 minutes, B, one short experiment which is for 45 minutes, and C, which is any activity for 30 minutes. Long experiment is for 1 hour 30 minutes. How the marks are distributed, that is also given, means where we will get how many marks, like for circuit diagram, ray diagram, experimental diagram, 1 marks. Setting of apparatus, circuit connection, 1 marks. Formula with explanation or law, 1 marks. Performance with proper recording of observation, 3 marks. Graph, calculation, if it includes both, then it is 2 marks. Then 1 marks is divided for graph and for calculation. And result with proper unit and conclusion. Next, B part is one short experiment. Again here 5 marks is divided. Circuit diagram or ray diagram or experimental diagram for 1 marks. Performance with proper recording of observation for 2 marks. The next, graph or calculation or both for 1 marks. Result with proper unit and conclusion for 1 marks. Next one is what? C, that is any activity for 30 minutes. This all we have to perform compulsory. So any one activity for 30 marks, where performance of activity with proper recording of observation, that is 3 marks. Means you can write procedure or whatever write up is there. That will be 3 marks. If it includes observation table, then no need of writing the write up. We will explain you while doing the activity. Then write up of activity, 1 marks. Result with proper unit or conclusion, 1 marks. Clear? Here the list of experiments are given and below the list of activities are given. So without wasting much time, we'll start with our first activity, that is light dependent resistor. Okay. So what is LDR? First of all, this LDR is what? It is a photoconducting cell which is made up of, or we can say it is a semiconductor device, and whose resistance varies with intensity of light. That is, it depends upon the intensity of light. The resistance of this material, semiconductor material, is depend upon the intensity of light. So the resistance of material will decrease with exposure to the light. That's why it is called as what? Light dependent resistor. And in short we are saying LDR. Okay, this light dependent resistor are fabricated from semiconductor material. Means it is made up of a semiconductor material. For example, we can say cadmium sulfide, cadmium selenide, and cadmium sulfoselenide. So when the light will fall on the semiconductor material, its resistance will vary according to the intensity of the light. So the apparatus required for this activity is LDR, filament lamp, meter scale, DC power supply, and digital multimeter. But here in our lab we will be having an apparatus. See, here we'll be having an enclosed box which consists of LDR. This is the symbol of LDR. Symbol for LDR. This is the LDR material. Symbol for LDR. Okay. Now we'll be having a lamp, and here on the wooden there is a scale. So how we'll do our setup of activity? First we will adjust at one corner of the board. Then we'll take the lamp and both will be in this position. Clear? So to do the observation table, here in the observation what is given? We have to find the resistance, distance, square of the distance, and 1 upon d square. That is reciprocal of square of the distance. So for procedure we have to start with, first we have to adjust at the minimum. Here I have taken the multimeter. So multimeter I have kept on this. Adjust the multimeter on the resistance value of 200K. Okay, you have to adjust it on 200K. Now we will vary the resistance, and according to resistance distance vary, we will find the resistance. We have to adjust the distance and we will find the corresponding resistance. That is what will be the effect on LDR of intensity of light. So this will gives the intensity of light. Now here the distance is very less, means intensity is very maximum. Maximum light falls on the LDR. So we can say here intensity is maximum. How we can reduce the intensity? Just I will increase the distance between these two. So what will happen? The intensity will going on decreasing, and there will be the effect on the resistance. So we'll start our activity. Now these two are joined, so we'll consider this as zero distance. Okay, so at zero distance, if you notice, the value is given 3.1. We have kept it on 200K. Note it down, you have to keep it on 200K. Multimeter on ohmic resin. It is on 200K, and the value it is shown is what? 3. Or we can say 3.0. Okay. Once I will increase the distance, what will happen? I have increased 2 cm. Initially it was, I'll consider this 43 as 0. Sorry, 34 as 0. So on 32, if you net, the distance between these two is 2 cm. Initially it was 3. Now you can see the resistance has 3.5. It has increased. The resistance has increased. The value of resistance increased. Why so? Because there is an indirect relation between the intensity of light and the resistance. So as the distance will increase, resistance will also increase. Now after increasing more 2 cm, you can see resistance value is 3.9. Distance I have increased, at the same rate resistance is also increasing. Now after increasing 2 more centimeter, what will happen? There will be decrease in the intensity and increase in the resistance, that is 4.3. More I am reducing the intensity by increasing the distance to 2 centimeter, resistance will going on increasing. So as the distance increases, intensity will decrease and the value of resistance will increase. So that things only we have to note down in our handbook, that is practical book. So come to the observation table. Here it is given R distance, means we have to increase the distance in the range of 2 centimeter, and corresponding resistance we have to find. Clear? So I'll start with the 0 reading. At 0 we'll be having 2.9. So I'll start with 2 centimeter, not with 0. So now I'm increasing 2 centimeter. At 2 centimeter I'm getting resistance as wait a minute, 2.9, increasing 2 centimeter. Okay, now it is at 2 centimeter, the resistance is 3.4. So in this way you have to increase the distance and you have to note down the reading. Now again 2 centimeter I am increasing the distance, intensity will reduce and the resistance has increased. Now at 4 centimeter, now total distance is 4 centimeter and the value of resistance is 3.9. Clear? Now again 2 centimeter I will increase. So after increasing, this distance will be 6 centimeter and the resistance over here is 4.3. I'll take 4.3. Clear? Now, again this is increasing 2 centimeter, decreases the intensity of light and increase in the resistance. which is from 4.3 to 4.8. And this distance will be 8 centimeter. Now, next again I will increase the distance. Increasing the distance reduces the intensity, and there is an increase in the resistance value, which is 5.4 for a distance of 10 centimeter. So like this, we have to take all the 10 reading. Now in front of you only I am taking the reading. Now increasing the 2 centimeter, it will be 12 centimeter, and the resistance increases from 5.4 to 5.9. Clear? Now this will be again increasing 2 centimeter. This will be 14, and from 5.9 to it is 6.4. 6.4 or 6.3. Then again increase 2 centimeter. This will be 16, and this will be from 6.4 to 6.9. Or we can say it is 7. Okay, I am writing it is as 7. Now increasing 2 centimeter. This will be 18, and this will be 7.5. Again increasing 2 centimeter. This will be 20, and from 7.5 to it is, I'll take it as 8. Clear? So if you see the reading carefully, we have increased the distance in the range of 2 centimeter. So there is a corresponding increase in the resistance. So there is a direct relation between the resistance and the distance. Okay? Direct relation with the distance and the resistance. It concludes that as the distance will increase, there will be as the distance will increase, there will be decrease in the intensity of light, and there will be corresponding increase in the resistance of the conducting material, that is semiconductor material, or we can say photo sensitive material or photoconducting material, that is of LDR. Clear? So here already I have taken the reading. Already we have taken the reading. So this reading you have to note down in your handbook. Directly you can write with your pen. So already for 2 centimeter up to 20 centimeter, increasing to 2 centimeter, we have taken the resistance value. The next column is given D square. It's very simple. You have to just square this value. 2 square is 4, 4 square is 16. So simple calculation is there. You have to just do the square of this value. Then take the reciprocal. That is 1 upon 4, 1 upon 16. Directly you will get this value from the logbook. Clear this for everyone? Now, after that, we have to plot a graph of R against 1 upon D square. 1 upon D square we have taken over here, and this value of R. So, by taking the proper scale, we have to plot the graph. Now, the scale will be on x-axis we have taken 1 centimeter is equals to 0.002 centimeter inverse square, and on y-axis we have taken 1 centimeter is equals to 1 kilo ohm. Now take the scale on x-axis 1 upon d square. So we have taken the scale. Our smallest value is 0.0025 and the highest is 0.25. It is not possible to take all the readings, so we'll start from the starting, that is 0.0025. So we'll take smallest value as 0.002, that is scale on x-axis is 0.002. So the next value will be 0.004, 0.006, 0.008. So it will increase, that is least count is 0.002. Clear? This we have to take on x-axis. On y-axis, we have to take the resistance. Resistance scale we have taken 1 kilo ohms. So at 1 centimeter 1, next 1 centimeter 2, 3, like this up to where the maximum value is 7.2. So we have to take it till 8 ohms. Clear? Now plotting the graph is very simple. The first will start from the lowest value, which is 0.0025. For 0.0025, we'll be having resistance 7.2. So we'll take the scale. It is 0.002 and 0.004. So I have taken up to 3 digits. So 0.002, the value will be getting as what? 7.2. So here 712, 7.2. Clear for everyone? Now, the next reading is 0.0030. So 0.0030 will be between 0.002 and 0.004. So middle line we will take 0.003 and the R value is 6.7. So here we'll be having a 6 and above 7 box this will be 6.7. Clear? Now the next reading is 0.0039. So 39 is very closer to 4. So one box before we have taken 0.0039 and the resistance value is 6.2. So it is 6 and above 2 box. Clear for everyone? Now the next value is 0.0051. So 0.004 and 0.006 in between. Fifth line will be 0.005. So on that fifth box we'll be having 5.8. So here we'll be having a 5 and above that fifth line will be 5.8. So like that we have to plot the points. Next value 0.0069. 69 will be very closer to 0.007 and the value is 5.4. So at 5 above 4 box. Clear? 5.4. The next value is 0.01. So here we'll be having 0.01 and the value is 4.9. So 4.9 will be this value. Here we'll be getting 4.9. After that we'll be having 0.015. 0.015 will be this middle one. So and this value is given as 4.3. So above 4, 3 box. 0.43. Just make the point and circle it. The next value is 0.02. Now this 0.02 is a long value which will not come on this. So we'll take up to this only. We will leave this 3 points. Okay. Now taking of points, we have to make a curve. Make a curve. It is not necessary that all the points should come. If any 1 or 2 points will not come, then it is okay. So we have to make a smooth curve. Okay. Don't make a zigzag line. Make a smooth curve. So this graph nature is like this. So here our activity part is completed. While making the graph, we have to write what we have taken on the y-axis. That is, here it is written R kilo ohm, symbol with unit on y-axis. And on x-axis we have written symbol 1 upon d square with unit. Clear? You have to write the scale. All these carry a mark. If anything you will miss, your marks will be deducted. So your graph should include the scale, what you have taken on the y-axis, what you have taken on the x-axis. Clear? So what we have to do in this activity, first we have to write the aim in the paper. I am saying, because in the handbook everything is written. This time you are not supposed to write in any journal. Everything is written. So when you will write in your exam, you have to write the aim, which will be given in your slip. That will be your aim. Apparatus will be there in front of you. So it's very easy to write LDR, lamp, meter, scale, multimeter. Then diagram is compulsory you have to draw. You have to make this diagram. After diagram, no need to write this theory and procedure part. Because in this we are writing what? Observation table. So in any activity, if you will be having observation table and graph, no need to write the procedure, that is write up, or we can say theory. Clear? So after making this observation table with proper reading, draw this graph with proper scale. What is given on the x, that is write the quantity which is given on x and y axis. Clear? And at last we have to write the conclusion. This conclusion carries 1 mark. So what is the conclusion given? The intensity of light is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. That we have seen. Intensity of light is inversely proportional to square of the distance. This is our first conclusion. And the second bit, as the intensity of light decreases, the resistance of LDR increases. So this graph shows the same. The intensity of decrease in the intensity of light shows the increase in the resistance. So graph of R against 1 upon d square show the exponential decrease. This is shows the decrease in the value of intensity, or we can say intensity of light decreases with increase in the resistance. So this is the exponential decreases in the graph. Clear for everyone? Now, after that, here our activity gets completed. So how the marks are divided? On apparatus writing, aim writing, you will not get any marks, but you have to write for the presentation, aim and apparatus. After that, you have to make the circuit diagram. Circuit diagram carries 1 marks. Okay. After doing the circuit diagram, make the observation table with proper value written, correct reading. You will get 2 marks. Okay. And after that, conclusion, 1 mark. So like this, your values, and for graph, 1 mark. So like this, your marks are divided 5 marks. Clear? Now, for Viva question, here in your handbook it is given what is the relation between intensity of light and resistance. And the second one is given application of LDR. All this part it is completed in your theory section. So you can write answer by your own. But here for your convenience, we have written the answer, that is relation between intensity of light and resistance is resistance of an LDR is inversely proportional to the intensity of light that falls on the LDR surface. As the intensity of light increases, the resistance of photoresistor or LDR decreases. Clear? And the second one is, what is the application of LDR? So it is used in the alarm clock, street light, that is light intensity meter, burglar alarm, photosensitive camera. Okay. So these 2 questions are there, and the LDR full form is light dependent resistance. This question, the simple question, students are not giving answer during the practical exam. So you should know the full form of LDR, what is its application, how it is used, and what is the relation between light intensity and resistance. I hope it is clear to you all. Now the first activity we have completed. Now we'll come to the second activity, which is on page number 132, activity number 7 in your handbook, but you have to consider as a activity number 2, that is variation of potential drop with length of wire. Okay, first we will see what is the meaning of potentiometer. Here the apparatus which we are going to use is called as potentiometer. What is potentiometer? In theory part it is done, but potentiometer is what? It is a device which measures potential difference. But we know one more device which measures the potential difference, that is voltmeter. So what is difference between voltmeter and potentiometer? Potentiometer measures the potential difference more accurately. Okay, but we are using voltmeter because of its size. You have seen it's a very small in size and it is very convenient to use. But when we want more accuracy, at that time we'll be using what? Potentiometer. So potentiometer basically a what? It is a device which measures potential difference. It has 2 to 10 meter of wire which is arranged on a wooden board which has a scale. Now this is your potentiometer device. This is your potentiometer, in which it has 2 terminal A and terminal B, on which there is a wire which is arranged in this manner. Okay, so here we'll be having 1 meter, then it is connected with a metal strip, the next meter, that is total 2 meter, again connected with a metal strip, then next third round, that is 3 meter, connected with a metal strip, then 4 meter. So in this potentiometer device we'll be having 4 meter of wire. Okay, it is arranged in this manner because if you take a straight, it will be very long. So it will be not very easy to handle. So it is arranged such that on a wooden board that it will be easy to handle. Clear? So it is also a device which measures a potential difference, and voltmeter is also a device. But here we get more accurate reading of a potential difference between 2 terminal or in between any 2 points. So we'll be performing today potential drop activity. So if I say I have taken a voltmeter, we are using diagram in this way. This is your wire which is arranged two terminal, that is terminal A and B, in this manner, and this is connected to a battery. This is your battery B, connected to a battery, then key, then rheostat, and this variable point. Clear? This is the primary setup of a potentiometer. Now we have to find, we are supplying a potential of V. The voltage, the potential difference of this power supply or battery is V. So V is the potential difference between the point A and B, and we are considering the length of this wire as L. So L length of wire has a potential of V. So if I want at 1 unit, so what will be the, means if I'll take the length of 1 unit, what will be the potential difference? It will be V upon L. So this V upon L is always comes what? Constant. This is called as what? Potential gradient. Now we have to find in this activity V upon L, which should come constant, that is potential gradient. This is drop in potential across the length L. At 1 unit पे कितना drop हुआ? V upon L. At 2 unit पे कितना drop होगा? 2 into V upon L. If I say 3 unit, so there will be drop in the potential 3 into V upon L. So like this, if I take X length, what will be the potential drop? It will be X time V upon L. So there is a direct relation between V and L. Clear? Now for this apparatus in handbook, this diagram is given. So the aim will be to study the variation in potential drop with length of a wire for a steady current. This is your aim. Apparatus we require what? Potentiometer. This is your potentiometer. Battery. This is your plug key. Voltmeter. Rheostat, and this is your jockey. Connection is very simple. This terminal A, to any you can consider a terminal A. Here I have taken this one as a terminal A. Terminal A is connected to what? Positive. Terminal A is connected to positive of the supply. So here I have taken terminal A, and this is also connected to the positive of the voltmeter. So from positive of the voltmeter I have taken two wire. From positive of the voltmeter I have taken two wire. One is connected to this battery and one is connected to the terminal A. Now negative of the voltmeter is connected to a jockey. Negative of the battery is connected to a key, plug key, to one terminal, and the second terminal is connected to a rheostat, and the point B is connected to a variable. Here in this case we have to down one, we are taking as a variable point. So one is going to the fixed one and the down one, it is a variable point. Clear? Now what we have to find? We have to find what will be the drop in potential. Now I am making it on, adjusting it to a 3 volt. You have to adjust the power supply or battery at 3 volt. Make sure the key should be connected properly, it should be tight. Now in your handbook, if you see, here it is given, you have to find, arrange and connect the circuit as shown in the figure and close the key K. Now we have done the circuit connection and we have kept the key K closed. Now the second point is, touch the jockey at length 60 centimeter of the wire from end A, and we have to find the voltmeter reading. Clear? Now here we'll take point A, that is starting. From here I have to take 60 centimeter. How you will take 60 centimeter? Here you will be having a meter scale. So from 1 centimeter starting from here, I'll be getting 60 over here. This is your 60 centimeter. So at 60 centimeter, that is at first wire. This will be your first wire. What will be the potential? Here I have kept it as, now at 60 centimeter, I'm touching the jockey. Now you can see the deflection in the voltmeter. There is initially it was at 0. As soon as I touch it at 60 centimeter, you can see the deflection in the voltmeter. It is 0. After touching at 60, there is a change. What will be the reading? It is the scale is given 0, 2, 4, 6. That is 0 and 2. Between 0 and 2, there is a 10 division. So the list count will be 0.02. List count will be 0.2. So it is on the third line. It is on the third line. So what we will get? Third line, that is third division. So 0.2 into 3, that will be 0.6. So at 60 centimeter, I will be getting what? 0.6. So you have to note down the reading. This is your observation table. Observation number 1, 2 and 3. I'll take, first write the length 60, 120 and 180. Clear? At 60 centimeter, again I am showing you, it is at 60, the value is 0.3, that is at third division, there is a deflection. At third division per third small line pe, that is 0.6. So here I will be writing variation, that is voltmeter reading is 0.6 volt. Now I have to take on 120. So here I will complete 100 and from here I have to take 20. So 100 plus 20 will be 120 on the second wire from the right side. Now this is on the fifth point, that is fifth division. So fifth point will be 5 into 0.2, that will be 1. 5 point, now again I am showing, see the reading carefully. It is on 120. Clear? So 120 will be what? It is 1 volt. So in the reading I have to write 1 volt. Now the next length is 180. 180 will be 100 completed. We have to come at point 80. This is your 80. So this will be your 120. So at 120 we have to find what will be the value. It is, now see the change in the deflection, it is 0. After touching we'll be getting at, after 1 it is on second division, that is it is 1.4. The value is 1.4. So we can write the reading as 180 and the voltage I got is what? 1.4. Now the calculation is very simple. You have to find the ratio of V upon L. Now one calculation I have done here. We have taken the length 50, 100 and 150. Clear? So for 50 I got 0.4, the same way. At length 50 I got 0.4, at 100 I got 0.8 volt and for 150 I got 1.2 volt. The calculation part I have done with the help of log calculation. So how to do? It is log of V upon L 0.4 to the log calculation, and the log calculation is very simple. The log table, it is given in your handbook only. After doing the log calculation and finding the antilog, you will get the value as 0.008. Now for the second reading, again in the same way, log of V upon L is equals to log of 100. Log of V, it will be 0.8 upon 100. Find the value, you will get 0.008. So at the everywhere it will be 0.8 upon 100. And the third one will be 1.2 upon 100. So everywhere after doing the calculation, you will get the constant value as 0.008. You will get constant value as 0.008, that is the value of V upon L. Clear? One, this much you have to do. So the question will be asked as result potential gradient V upon L, that is constant. It is same. You will get the mean as constant value 0.008. So what you have to perform in this? We have to write the A, we have to write the apparatus, Then you have to make the diagram. Diagram carries 1 marks with proper notation and arrow marking. That is plus or minus sign. What is the direction of flow of current? This arrow shows. So that carries 1 marks. You have to write the formula. Now here no need of writing the procedure for this activity because we are performing, we'll be having an observation table and calculation. So no need of writing this procedure part. Diagram, observation, list count of voltmeter 0.2. You have to make the observation table for 3 reading, and of that 3 reading you have to do the calculation result. Clear? Now this question which is given, it's a Viva question which can be asked by the external examiner. So here the first one is define potential gradient. So what is potential gradient? It is nothing but potential drop per unit length. Potential drop per unit length, that is V upon L. And constant we are using K. So K is equals to V upon L is your potential gradient. That is potential drop per unit length is called as what? Potential gradient. And the second question is given, what is advantage of potentiometer over voltmeter? So at the starting only I said you it gives a more accurate reading, but here properly answer I have written. You can write answer by your own, but it should be correct. By increasing the length of the potentiometer wire, the potential gradient can be made as small as possible. Means as you increase the length of the wire, there will be potential gradient will be small. So such potentiometer can be used for the measurement of very small potential difference. A voltmeter cannot be used to measure small potential difference. So this is one advantage of a potentiometer over voltmeter. Voltmeter cannot measure a small value, a small potential difference, but potentiometer can measure potential difference between a very small point of very small length, very small of piece of wire. So, and the accuracy of the potentiometer can be increased to any extent, while that of voltmeter cannot be increased beyond a certain limit. Means voltmeter has a fixed limit, between this two only you can measure the potential difference. But with the potentiometer can measure the potential difference up to any extent. So this is one second advantage of potentiometer over the voltmeter. I hope it is clear to you all. Now, afterwards, after this video, I'll share you the pic of both the reading, that is of LDR and this potential drop. You have to complete, write this activity, that is observation, calculation, and this answer you have to complete in your handbook, which is activity number 7, that is potential drop and LDR. Both the activity you have to complete. This reading part I'll share you in the group. You have to write as it is given. Answer if you want to change according to your convenience. According to your convenience you can do, but it should be correct. Proper graph, this pic also and this reading pic also I will sharing in the group. So I hope it is clear to you all, both the activity. Okay. If anyone text me in the group.